Yeah, dude, my Celine's
Live. We're gonna go live, dude.
I saw that. Is that we're going live right now?
Yeah. You don't want to talk about any of that right now. All right. Let me see. Can you hear me on there?
Sorry. Oh, that's pretty good. I was watching that.
Can you hear me?
I'm not there.
Yeah. Okay, so we have audio. We have video. Then, all right, so a little bit earlier I went live, little impromptu thing just to talk a little bit about the 5 interceptions on 5 consecutive passes by Jimmy Garoppolo. Yes, we know it's just practice. I don't think the ship's on fire, nothing like that, but you know how I feel if you saw that video. You know, I think you got to be trying, and I think we need to see how he bounces back against Denver, because you don't, it just takes a snowball to go downhill and become an avalanche and a huge giant snowball, and it all come crashing down. But anyway, to be fair, to be honest, we need to bring on a 49ers fan, and you know, there's always 2 sides to every story, so probably want to get in that picture right there, and you don't need the mic, it's picking it up off the cam. So yeah, you'll be on there right now. Yeah, you'll be on there in a second. You're there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, when I got the notification on my phone, Jimmy Garoppolo threw 5 interceptions in a row in practice,
I'm gonna fix the chat.
I just laughed and said, I had a bad day. Because that's it. It's practice. It's a bad day. And then I see it's a story on NFL Network. And then I see it's a story of how he's a bust. And then I see all this stuff. And that's what annoyed me. Because if he goes out there and he throws 5 straight touchdowns in the red zone in practice, and I start gloating and throwing it, it's practice. Okay? And at the end of the day, when it comes to my view, and I've done this for quarterbacks on teams I liked or loved or hated or whatever. You know, when Aaron Rodgers threw interceptions and people were clowning him years ago, I sat there and said, it's practice. It's what that's for. If you've played sports or if you've done any type of competition, when you're playing, you try some trick shit, you try some stuff that you don't know if it's going to work, and you're going to embarrass yourself sometimes. He threw 5 picks in a row. Is it in red zone? Oh, wow. That means that he's gone with this defense for 3 weeks. Maybe he just said, I want to be out of here already. His practice, and I really don't care. You know, if he threw 5 straight touchdowns, I wouldn't be here saying much of all either, because it's practice.
You would be saying he looked good. That's fair.
Okay.
I'm just saying, okay, fine. I'll give my. I'm not gonna speak for you. That's wrong.
Yeah.
But I'll speak for myself. If Dak Prescott throws 5 straight touchdowns on 5 straight passes, I'm gonna walk away impressed. So I think it's fair to walk away a bit. I'm not saying that, you know, the offense is on fire. I'm saying it's fair to walk away with a bit of concern.
But we don't know. First of all, like you like to tell me, anytime I would say, Jason Garrett's gonna be our coach again, he went 8-8, and then you would point out all the details of why that led. Or Romo looked, you know, they lost the game. Romo threw a pick, and you would tell me all the details of why. So this time I'm gonna use the details. We have no idea red zone plays, if the defense knew the plays. We have no idea. We have no idea. All we know is that he threw 5 straight picks with no context.
I do. I have a little bit of context because I watched that Kyle Shanahan.
He was not the happiest of campers.
No, he wasn't. He looked a little concerned, in my opinion. But he said he was coaching the defense. So I think he knows what can frustrate Jimmy.
Yes.
And I think he called those plays. So yeah, I get it. I'm not saying it was a cakewalk
and
Jimmy threw, but he got Gruden. And that can happen to the best of them because Rich Gannon was no slouch at quarterback.
MVP.
I mean, he was the MVP. So it can happen when a coach knows your tendencies, your strengths, your weaknesses, every little twitch in your thumb. You know, if your thumb's twitching a certain way and knows what he's thinking.
He also knows the offense, like how the play's going to structure, what's going to be in play, what's not. So, and like I said, do I really want to hear that? No, like, oh, he threw picks. Like I said, my initial reaction was, oh, he had a bad day. You know, that's not something you like. That's not something you want to hear. But, like, the level of way this sounds is like, it's a practice. And at the end of the day, I think they're fine.
It's not on fire, right?
Nah.
Even I am a Cowboys fan. I'm giving
I
my friend a little shit here because it happened. It's today, and it happened. So let's fucking talk about it.
I could feel, side note, he was texting me. I could feel the smile on his
Yeah,
face as he
it
was texting me. You know, so I know it enjoyed him. So you know what? I'm going to have a laugh about it because at the end of the day, what matters is when they start the season in Tampa and how he goes on from there. And if he performs well and he does well in the season and they have a winning record and he looks the way he looked 2 years ago when he was healthy, then I don't think it's going to be much of a problem. I just kind of sit there and think, you know what? You're going to have games like that. Like I expect Garoppolo to one of these days, if he has a full NFL season, he's gonna have 4 interception games.
Happens to everybody.
Yeah, and then the one thing I want to say in a row is it's because you're in the same, how do I say it, situational.
Right.
So if you're running red zone, like in theory, once he got picked up the first time and the defense runs it back, I'm sure Shanahan's will be like, okay, we're not gonna run something like they're not gonna be in that position.
Right.
If he ever threw 5 straight interceptions, I'd be calling for Nathan Peterman.
Right. Hell
Nathan
yeah.
Peterman.
Yeah. So.
Which means he'd be the number 1 player in the NFL.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, you know that's the 49er side of it. If there's any Cowboys fans watching the Dak $40 million contract.
Yeah. I want to hear your opinions on it because we haven't talked about that. When I saw that blew my mind.
It's goddamn ridiculous. All right, that's what it is. It is what it is, though. It's outlandishness. It's come on. It's like, come on, dude. You know that I don't think that has 1% of any kind of realism. There's no way Dak or his agent, which it's coming from the agent, it's not coming from Dak, believes that Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones are going to be like $40 million. There you go, buddy. It's not going to happen. When Russell Wilson's the highest paid quarterback at $35 million per season annually, you're not beating him by $5 million.
So I see some, and you're going to have to help me here, because I see some on Cowboys Twitter.
And by the way, sorry, Niners fans were talking a lot of crap on Rombo about the $40 million. I mean, they were having a field day saying, oh, Dak is not even nothing. Jimmy G's the man. He's going to show us. And it's funny how this shit happens, right?
In a practice,
go ahead.
yes.
But it happened.
In a practice.
You know, they had some.
You know what I'd rather hear? Here's the thing. Just to end that Jimmy G one, I'd rather hear he threw 5 interceptions than he had to be carted off the field.
Right.
If I had to take those two, I'll take that 10 out of 10 times. But going back to Dak, so, you know, I see this thing on Cowboys Twitter I wanted your opinion on. Like, they try to defend that. Like, oh, look at what his numbers are compared, how many wins he's had compared to you know, a guy like Russell Wilson. You know, they start giving me statistics and all this stuff about why he should be paid better than Russell Wilson. How do you answer Cowboys fans that actually are trying to, like, be on his side about that?
Look, I don't see very many Cowboys fans on the side of Dak Prescott needs to be paid more than Russell Wilson. So I don't know what Cowboys
like
fans.
RJ Ochoa, I've seen him.
RJ Ochoa from Blogging the Boys, yes.
Yes, that's how I found it.
Can I tell you something? He's an outlandish guy.
Okay.
He can be.
We all have our own.
We have our guys, you know, where you're like, he's a Cowboy fan, but okay, all right, you know, he doesn't, you know, doesn't speak for the fan base.
But he's giving me stats of why.
He is. Yeah. And you know what? I don't disagree with some of the things that he's saying. But it's unfair to say, oh, well, based on what he's done, because you can't compare. He was comparing Russell Wilson to Dak at the same time since Dak entered the league. Russell Wilson won and got to those Super Bowls before Dak came into the league. So it's only fair to compare Russell Wilson to his first 3 years as a quarterback, where, guess what he did? He had better statistics than Dak Prescott. He's gone to 2 Super Bowls. Dak hasn't. No matter what you want to compare, just because Dak's had a couple of better seasons, you know, in the last couple of seasons, doesn't impress me. It doesn't mean you get more money than a guy that has the hardware. Cowboys fans, if you are one on the RJ Ochoa bandwagon and saying Dak deserves more, Dak deserves to get paid, don't get me wrong. But Cowboys fans need to forget, and I gave 49ers fans shit and just to show that I'm being fair. Just to show I'm being fair about it. I gave you guys shit for celebrating Kittle's record and how they all stopped the game and jumped around. And I thought, and why did I say that? And I told you, because Jerry Rice and Steve Young and those guys wouldn't celebrate that because their expectations were much, much higher. Yeah. I'm not trying to kill the fun. I know it was fun. I know you're proud of your teammate. There's nothing wrong with that. But to make it an extravaganza shows you how far they've fallen. So I'm going to say what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And if you're saying that Dak Prescott is better than Russell Wilson or deserves more than Russell Wilson, then you forgot what makes the Cowboys' expectations the Cowboys' expectation, and that's the hardware. 5 Super Bowl rings. Dak has 0. Let him get a ring, and hey, give him $45 million.
So here, my last question to you. This one is the one, because I've seen a lot of Cowboy fans kind of talk around the 32 million, 30 million a year. Cowboys reportedly offered around 30 million, correct?
Yes.
He wants 40. So what if he says, okay, we'll meet in the middle, 35?
35 steep, man, because that's almost resetting the market. And you got Zeke, and you got Cooper, and Jalen, and all these guys.
Do you think that that's the play they're working at?
That's what they're working. Oh yeah, that's the agent's plan. That's the agent's.
I want 35.
That's his end game.
Yeah.
He wants 35. I think we're gonna have to match Wentz. I don't believe that Dak or his agent want to take a penny less than Wentz.
What is Wentz paid at again? I think
Wentz is 32 to 30, almost 33 million a year. So I would expect that in the end, to get things going,
I think he gets a little more than
he gets 33 million per season. That's my prediction. So I don't like talking contracts all damn day long. Like I'm not talking bad about any channel that does or any ESPN that does. But I want to talk about what's going on in the field. Like when a guy throws 5 straight interceptions on 5 straight
in
passes.
Practice.
Yeah.
In practice.
I like to talk about that stuff, not how much money these.
So
guys
then let's talk about not just practice. Talk about a game. Let's talk about the game we went to.
Yeah.
And your thoughts.
Oh, I loved it, man. I had a good time.
I had a great time. That was a lot of.
J10 says Jason Kittle over Jason Witten any day. Yeah, I mean Jason Witten, he damn near needs a walker now. But hey, let's see what George Kittle does throughout the length of his career. Let's see if he gets a gold jacket, because we know Witten's landing spot is in Canton. So I get you. I'm not arguing. It makes sense, J10. I'm with you. As far as 2019.
Oh.
But he says that. So, Cowboys fans. He said, hey, South of Heaven 88, what's up? That's Mike Bosch.
Oh, man, I remember that guy.
Wynn caught a one-handed bomb in training camp today. I can't wait to see that. Because Wynn still got it. I know Wynn's not going to beat Kittle. He's not going to get half of the stats that Kittle gets. Not even half. But, hey, all we need is a couple of those one-handed bombs. And I'm good. I'm good.
I'll be fine. I think I can rest easy knowing who I got lined up at tight end. The game. Now, aside from the game itself, the experience, I had a great time. Anybody who followed us knows it was a great time. We ribbed, but we love going there.
The video, man.
It was fun. Yeah, I made a video. That was awesome.
The video. You guys, please, if you guys are looking at this, check out the latest video that I uploaded with the footage from the game that I shot from my phone, which has the Moto mod. Got some good shots, pictures of the stadium, pictures of us having some beers. Doing our thing up, enjoying football in Santa Clara, guys. So check it out. Do me a favor. Nice soundtrack, Queen.
That was nice.
So,
I loved it. It matched it perfectly.
It was perfect. So check it out, guys. But yeah, it was good, man. I was concerned with what I seen from the third stringers and Mike White. That concerned me. But aside from that, it was there wasn't much I could take from that. For you, I think your receivers looked pretty good in the beginning.
I think that's what I kind of looked at, was that the receivers looked really wild. They were able to get open. I mean, you saw Debo with the bomb. You saw Hurt. And I didn't realize this until I saw it at home. He lowered his shoulder on Frazier, and he hit him pretty. I didn't see it from the other side.
He's not a weak guy.
No, so for Hurt to be able to lower his shoulder and send him back was pretty, something to see, something to be proud about. I feel like the receivers showed they were physical. There's some things that they have to work on. Both quarterbacks kind of look shaky. But I think even when we watched the Hall of Fame game, we kind of said it's a glorified scrimmage, it's a glorified practice. I think that's what it was. Still fun to be a part of. Got to see your team hit other teams. And, it's fun to sit there and watch and analyze and see what they look like and what you can project moving forward. The defense, as opposed to a year ago when they faced Dallas and Dak went down the field and got a touchdown, this time they were able to at least slow him down, at least, hold him to a field goal. So that was nice to see, and see hopefully the defense continues to carry itself. There's things that obviously both teams need to work on, but overall it was a great experience.
Yeah, and I'm just glad that for your guys' sake, Jimmy G wasn't out. Because apparently in practice situations he throws 5 straight interceptions on 5 straight throws, man.
And in games,
it's
amazing,
fine. Man. Hey, but who's good is Mullins.
Mullins is fine.
Mullins is good. He's not. I'm not saying he's great. I'm just saying, hey, Mullins is good. I like Mullins. Mullins,
Mullins.
Beathard
Beathard's got a better arm, but Better takes too long. It's kind of like if you could take both of those quarterbacks and give them both qualities the best of each other, you'd have a pretty good quarterback, I think.
Yeah.
I think Mullins doesn't have the arm strength, but Beathard doesn't process as quick as Mullins does. Mullins processes the information of Shanahan's offense pretty quickly, so that's kind of cool to see. Mullins should have saw on the because they both threw interceptions. Mullins' interception, he got hit, but he should have saw the linebacker. You hear Shanahan talk about it. Beathard expected her to kind of cut in, he didn't. The linebacker picked him off, which that's going to happen. It's more the receiver. So they both had. Beathard had the bomb to Debo.
Yeah.
But then Mullins was able to have the rollout.
Yeah.
And then he caught the other one, and then
Beathard looked more confident. Sorry, not Beathard. Mullins looked more confident, like in and out of the huddle, driving the team up and down the field. I think Beathard maybe had better highlights.
Yeah.
But not an overall game.
He had the better bomb, and then he had the fade touchdown.
That's what I kind of saw.
I agree with that. When I looked, it was funny because I was watching Dallas. I looked at Dallas. I thought, the backup running backs, they didn't look bad. It was hard because the offensive line is elite's back.
They didn't stick out to me at all.
And then was it Blake Jarwin?
Jarwin.
He made some plays. He got behind the defense.
Nice. Jarwin's when I noticed up at the game because I saw him and I was like, yeah, Jarwin looks like one of the more talented players on that field right now. Now they're playing with the backups, but that's good because at least hey, he can dominate backups. He's an impressive guy.
That's the first step.
Yeah.
To doing it. Especially, I think the play fakes they did where he was able to get behind the linebackers. Dak looked like Dak.
Yeah, no reason for concern on that, man. We had a good time up there, man. But we gotta start heading out on this thing because we gotta record. So keep an eye out for the AFC East and the AFC West preview and predictions. We're gonna be talking Patriots and Sam Darnold and not much else.
Yeah,
and then we'll be talking a whole hell of a lot of probably AFC West. I think that's the best division
big chest
in the AFC. Yeah, you got that dude in a hot air balloon
with a frozen foot.
I think I'm trying to get him his helmet because apparently he's offering the world for it.
Yeah.
Lots of guys. I think you have sneak peek. I think you have the AFC favorite, Kansas City Chiefs, in that division as well. Won't give away why exactly. But yeah, guys, please, if you watch this, leave a like, sub up to the channel, share it. Whatever we do, we'll try to come on live a little more often. Look for the Santa Clara video up on the channel. Check it out, man. It was a good time. If you weren't able to go, it gives you the feel for the game. Just the atmosphere. That's what I was trying to capture in that video. So, guys, for ERIC Hernandez, this is Philip Enriquez, and you've been watching the Say What You Like Sports Podcast. We are out of here, man, and stream.